Hello,
Hi,
good to
how are
be
we?
here. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a shame it's just me and you, but we'll just run with it. We'll just carry on accordingly.
Absolutely. This is it. I mean, it's early days, isn't it? And
Yeah,
I know we've got a couple of members, which is fantastic. And
yeah,
unfortunately, one of those members isn't on Facebook. So um, we'll, as you say, carry on regardless,
yeah,
and we'll have people joining, I'm sure, as we progress.
yeah. Because tonight was just about us introducing ourselves anyway, wasn't it? Just a quick hello, thanks for joining. So,
Absolutely.
hello, and thank you for joining.
And you as well.
Um,
Yeah, it's good
yeah, so
just to do
so
an
should I introduce
introduction.
myself and you introduce yourself or vice versa?
Let's go for it. You go first.
Okay, so I'm Emma Newman. I am a mummy of two. I'm a wife. I've got fur babies. I live in Norden, but I work from Middleton, from my parents' house, because they've got no pets, no noise. It's nice and peaceful there. And I've been doing this for 10 years. And we did our training together, didn't we, Anne?
Absolutely, that's where we met, isn't it?
We absolutely loved our training. And if we can, I found a cracking picture as well, by the way.
Oh no.
Oh, found a cracking picture. It's going to be on Facebook tomorrow. So everybody look out for that.
Oh my
It's one of our
goodness.
first night outings.
Oh dear.
We both got a cocktail in our hand, and yes, obviously it was. I think it was 2016. It said on the stamp. So
Right.
yes, we've known each other a very long time. We've got lots and lots of knowledge, either from our studies or continued studies, and from our clients. I don't know about you, Anne, but I'm constantly learning from my clients. I'm
Definitely.
forever gathering knowledge and information and learning. And I think we have to be a therapist. We can't just think, right, studies are finished. I'm good to go. It has to continue, whether it's my psychology today or whether it's doing different courses, or whether, like I say, learning from our clients, which is amazing, isn't it? Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then that course that me and you went on, where we decided to do this, it
Yes.
was it was amazing. We were both on the course, guys, randomly. We'd not discussed it to each other, but we both put a comment on, and we both seen each other's name. It's like, oh, you're on here. So later on, we started talking about suggesting doing something to be able to cover more people, wasn't it? Because our books are quite busy. So we thought this way we can reach more people on a very high level way of helping with mental health, didn't we? So yeah, I'll
Absolutely.
let you chat on now, and I feel like I've done lots of talking already.
No, that's all right. No, I think it's picking up on what you've just said. I think it's absolutely right. We both work one to one with clients, and obviously I love it. I know you love it as well. But I think there is a big demand, certainly now, if there wasn't before. You know, the last few years have been tough for everybody with
Yeah,
COVID, particularly. You know, that affected everybody worldwide. And then I suppose more close to home at the moment, we've got the cost of living crisis where people are struggling. And I think mental health and people's mental health it is a struggle for a lot of
yeah,
people. And I know there are people who would really probably like to do one-to-one sessions and do some sessions, you know, individually, maybe with us or with, you know,
a
another
therapist. Yeah,
a therapist of some kind. But a lot of people, especially at the moment with the cost of living crisis, finding that money is difficult. And this was another thought of ours, wasn't it, that if we could do something that was a support network and, you know, help to educate people and give them some tips and techniques
yeah,
to use, but make it at a reasonable cost that people were able to
yeah. So
access
it's
it.
more affordable for everybody. Obviously,
Yeah,
we will be going up, but we don't know
yeah.
when, do we, Anne?
Not yet.
We will be going up because of the time and the information and everything that we're going to be putting into this membership group. And obviously, the bigger the membership gets, the more work it's going to be. So it'll probably go up in stages. It's not just going to go up the once, it's going to continue to go up with how many people we take on board. But also, we want people to be positive. We want people to want to be positive, aren't we? Like-minded. We don't just want people thinking, oh, I'm not feeling too good, I'm going to go on here and it's going to fix me. We need that interaction, we need that input, we need people to be able to want to be positive and want to feel better, which is part of the steps as you sign on board anyway, isn't it, to make sure that we are getting the right people in the community.
That's right, because what we want to generate and create, I suppose, is that positive support network. And what we don't want, it's okay to have a bad day, of course it is, we all have that, we have that. But what we don't want is anyone who just thinks they can come here and it's just going to be a moan fest. And they're going to bring, no, we don't want that to bring everybody else's mood down. So what we want is, it's fine. It's fine if you're having a bad day and come here, and hopefully we can give you a boost. But we just want people, as you say, that are, even if they're not in that positive all the time headspace yet, they're happy to work towards it. And that's what we want to
I mean,
create.
Just tonight, I posted a picture from Friday night with my sister on her 40th, saying, like, this time last year, I was going through my cancer treatment, and someone put underneath, Emmy, you're an inspiration. And I didn't do it to be an inspiration, but now looking back, I'm really glad I did share my journey, because I think a lot of the time people, they know you're positive, they know you're bubbly, but to even see you continuing that whilst you're going through some horrendous treatment is great. Don't get me wrong, it was not plain sailing. I did have my moments where I just wanted to stay in bed and not face the world. And, sometimes I did do that. On the whole, because of my positive attitude towards life in general and towards the treatment, I want to share that as well. I want to share that energy with people. And they're not going to get that unless they come for therapy with me or they get onto our membership. But I think a lot of people do get that from either my personal Facebook page or my business page. But hopefully we'll rub off on people, and they'll really enjoy the energy that we bring to it. It's not just about the knowledge, it's not just about the hints and tips, it's the energy that we bring to our sessions, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you are an inspiration, so I'll echo whoever it was that said that, because I think
oh, thank you.
Honestly, it was inspiring to watch that journey, and as you say, I think it was great that you felt able to share it. And I think having that positive mental attitude must have been a big factor in getting you through it.
Because I was seeing people when I was going in for treatment, and you could see the pain on the face, even though, and don't get me wrong, some days I was in a lot of pain, and, I was round at my best friend's house, Vicky, I'm sure she'll probably join us on this group at some point. She was massaging my feet, bless her. She must have, to do that for me. And I was in a lot of pain. I don't know, it's the first lot of chemo, the second, my legs were just aching. I can't explain the pain for the first couple of days. And she said, "I'll just come round, Emmy." She was there massaging my legs and, proper like cheering me up. But that's life, isn't it? We can't always be good. And I think there's a lot of people that do suffer with chronic pain all the time. I kind of had it in my head, and it was a positive, in my opinion, of I knew that pain was going to go. Didn't know when it was going to go, but I knew it was going to go. And although cancer can be life-threatening, because of my positive attitude, it never even entered my head the alternative. So I get it with pain as well. And so people who maybe are on pain management programs or whatever, I'm here, I'm here to help. And I'm sure you've got some scripts as well that you can help people with. So we might even do a pain month, maybe. We've not got that scheduled in the next 3 months, but it's definitely something on my radar.
Absolutely,
because even when you're poorly, with in bed with the flu or whatever, people who have got a positive outlook get better faster than those that are negative, lying in bed feeling sorry for themselves. It's been proven time and time again, hasn't it? Like the placebo effect and what have you. So, there's absolutely loads of information there that we can be sharing with people, of which I'm sure we do anyway with our business sites. But with the membership, you're going to be getting a piece of me and Anne as well. Me and you, aren't we? That's what people are not getting with our Facebook pages. They're getting that with our sessions, but like we said, that's a lot more expensive than this. That's However, we mustn't we say, this is not therapy. We have to make that very clear, because we don't want people coming along thinking, oh, instead of paying whatever it is for Emma and Anne, I'll just have these sessions. Yeah, they're a great top up, especially if you've had sessions with me and Anne. You know, they keep you on that right path, but it's not therapy. It's not group therapy.
No, it'll be good reminders and good hints and tips, and there are, you know, things that people can create for themselves in their own routine, whether it's how they start the day, or, you know, how they end the day, or there's certain things they can do during the day to keep themselves on that positive track, or, you know, help themselves. But you're right, it's got to be made clear, it's not therapy as in, you know, we're here and we're going to be kind of dipping in and out, we'll be adding resources, we'll be doing the workshops, and of course we'll be on Facebook and in and out of the group, but it's, you know, it's not going to be for hours and hours every single day. So it might be that someone posts something and then is expecting an immediate reply, and we might not be able to do that, because if we're both working, we may not be able to get back to them straight away. So I suppose, yeah, it's very important to make that clear. It is to help people and to support people, but it's not one-to-one therapy, and it's not small group therapy either. But hopefully it'll be so much more in so many other ways that I
don't know about you, Anne. I'm sure you have. I've got so many different ideas, absolutely loads of different ideas that this is going to grow into. I'm going to share it with you, right? So this is recording. One of them is a book club on like positive books that we can all go into a room and speak about. I'm not a big reader, but when it comes to mental health books, I'm there with bells on. So people might be interested in reading all the same book, and then we can go in different rooms. And that can be me or you, or it can just be a group of people that want to read a particular book, but it'll be the space where they can all share that information with. And then another one was like the workshops that we do like this, but actually meeting live in a hall somewhere and doing some hypnosis with people so they can experience it directly. There's absolutely loads of ideas that's going on around the head. And then there's like, because in the page there's different rooms that you can go in, and there's different like subsections, so we can have people all who suffer, or they think they suffer from anxiety, being in the same room together, so they can bounce off from each other in a positive way. And then another room where people are maybe not sleeping very well, where they can all go in and share their experiences. And then another room where people, it might be about weight loss, to all go in the same room, so that they don't feel like they're burdening everybody with their problems. They can just chat to people that are in the same boat as them, so they don't feel alone. Because that's one big thing about this community, is that we're not alone, especially when it comes to mental health. And it's sharing different support ideas, different theories, and all the rest of it. But I know one of the clients that have signed up already, she signed up because she feels so isolated sometimes, and she wants to be able to chat to other people that are like-minded with her without going to group therapy, where she feels it'll be very, very negative. Whereas because this is positive, we'll have the positive aspect of it there, and the positive ways of coping. So in that respect, it's not therapy, but it's group support in that respect.
And the support, as you say, that's important, isn't it? Because sometimes when someone does have a problem, it can be isolating. You can feel like, oh, I'm the only person who has this or suffers with this. And actually, weirdly, it can be quite reassuring to find that there are other people who experience the same thing, and you're not alone. So I think there's lots we can do. And actually, that's a good point about, we've got some ideas, but if anybody has got any ideas that they want to share, or things they would like to see, or, you know, like us to focus on maybe on one of the workshops, we're absolutely open to discussing, you know, what
100%. This is going forward. It's a membership where we're all going to be interactive, and we're all going to be involved in it. We're managing it, that's all. But everybody else, the more people that get on board and the more people that communicate and interact, great. And then you'll have the ones that just want to sit in the background and just take the information and not get involved, and that's perfectly okay as well. hopefully we'll get a mix of people who, you know, some will want to talk and some people won't, and then others can't keep it in anymore. They've got to say something on a certain post, which is great. You know, if you you know, just a one-time poster, that's fine as well. But you know, it's founders rate at the minute, because it's founders. We are learning, we are growing, and it's just going to get better and better and better.
Absolutely. And as you say, there's no limit, you know. There's so many things we can cover, so many things we can do, so many directions we can go in, and that's what makes it quite exciting, really, because we've got some ideas to begin with, but who knows, you know, we might change direction with it as we go on. We can be flexible and hopefully be able to, you know, move.
Which is something I'm sure you say to your clients in every session anyway. The more fluid you can be and the more adaptable you can be, the easier life is. And that's the same with this membership. It's not set in stone. We have highlighted areas each month of things that we want to cover to get people on board. And then when people are on board, that can change. That's fine. As long as the essence of it is positively healthy minds. That's all that matters, isn't it?
That's right. That's it in 3 words.
Yes. We went through a lot of names, didn't we, Anne, to get the right one?
We did, and then that one just jumped out, didn't it?
It did. But there was a few that had already been taken, and we didn't want to be clashing with anybody. So we like this one, and we really stuck with it. Although with my dyslexia, the first few times I was spelling positively, I'd have the spelling police on me, I tell you. And even now I have to think about it's ELY. I have to proper but you know, anybody watching this, you know, and haven't met me before, I am ditzy, I am dyslexic, and because of my treatment, I was ditzy before, wasn't I, Anne?
I couldn't possibly say.
Now I'm another level, but hopefully it just brings the lightheartedness to, well, my clients love it, so I'm happy with that. And with the group, hopefully they'll realise that we don't have to be serious all the time. We can have a laugh, and even your therapist can be a bit ditzy, you know, and it just loosens it all up a bit, doesn't it?
It does. And I think, as you say, that's a really important point. And quite often what we find with our clients one-to-one, obviously they're coming with a problem, and it might be something that's been a massive problem and affected a lot of areas of their life. But I don't know about you, I'm sure you're the same. You still find things to laugh at. And, you know, laughter is the best medicine. And sometimes it's 100%. Just a different perspective, isn't it? And
one thing, it sounds really awful, but one thing I say to a lot of my clients, probably early days, either the initial consultation or session 1, is if we take ourselves back to the Manchester bombing. That was just evil. It was horrendous. Mason was 4 months old, and I seen that on the news unravel, just broke my heart. And the next day I had quite a few clients, but I had 2 teenagers. And I was considering, do I cancel sessions today? Because I don't know how to do this. Because we'd never had anything so big.
No.
And my first client of the day she was only about 13. And we talked about the Manchester bombing, because I always start off with anything to get off your chest. Which any of my clients watching this will know exactly how it goes. But I always start off with anything to get off your chest. And obviously we talked about how evil Manchester bombing was. And, you know, obviously it was horrendous. But then it's like, right, I don't want to ask this, but we're going to do it, because that's what we do in life. We draw a line under it. We can't change anything about it. We can learn from it. We can move on from it, but we can also find a positive. And what was the positives? And my 13, no word of a lie, my 13-year-old straight away smiled. And she said, well, Manchester's been put on the map. She said it might have been a negative reason, but we've been put on the map for the way we pulled together, the way we didn't allow this terrorist to scare us, frighten us, and ruin things for us. And she said, I felt really proud of being a Mancunian, and I was nearly welling up. I'm thinking, oh my God, why? I was going to cancel this session. Oh my God, you know. And my second,
but you were glad you didn't cancel it.
Oh, flipping it. I was emotional as well, because Mason was only 4 months old. That's what I'm putting it down to anyway. And then my second client, she was 16. And again, anything to get off your chest, and it was the same how evil it was and everything. But then it was, I said, I know this is really hard. I said, but can we find any positives? And straight away she said, yeah. She said, my 2 friends were there, which is what she started off with her friends had been there. And she was really, really grateful that they had the phones. And she was really grateful for technology, because her mum and dad were supposed to be picking up, but they couldn't get through from all the traffic and everything. And she was so grateful her mum and dad couldn't get through, because a lot of people had the brunt of it, wasn't it, in the train station. So she was grateful that her friend's mum and dad couldn't get through, but they had technology to get through to the mum and dad.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. And the second thing was her 2 friends came out of the arena. I'm like, God, how are we going to get home? Like, you know, mum and dad can't get here. And they were panicking. And there was this bus driver with a big board saying Middleton.
Right.
And they went up and they said, are you going to Middleton? He said, yeah. He said, I'm off duty, but if you look on that bus, and the bus was nearly full, he said, I'm taking a load of people back to Middleton.
Oh, it was incredible how many people pulled together.
So she was so grateful for this bus driver bringing her friends home. And, you know, and I just think, oh my God, if them 2 teenage girls can find a positive out of an evil act like a terrorist attack, we all can do it. We all can do it with everything. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of times in life where you find it hard to find those positives, but they'll always, always be there. Maybe not directly with what's going on, but around what's going on, you will find those positives. And I think the more we practice that, the better we get at it. And that's hence why we're doing this group, to help people practice it.
That's it. It gets easier. The more you do it, the easier it gets, because whatever you focus on expands. So if you focus on negatives, you see more negatives. You focus on positives, you will find more positives. So I mean, we'll be talking about loads more of this. In fact, the first workshop that we're doing, kind of with a topic attached to it, we're going to be doing in the first week of August. And we think we've agreed that we're doing the Thursday, aren't we?
Yeah, the Thursday,
Thursday evening, first Thursday of the month. We're going to try to stick to for our workshops, unless, of course, the Thursday falls on New Year's Day or something, and then we'll probably do the second Thursday. But we're going to do the first Thursday, and our first topic is going to be all about understanding the brain better, isn't it? And how we can get the brain to work for us instead of against us, because sometimes that's how it feels, like we're battling with it instead of it being our friend. So we're going to talk all about that and explain all of that, and hopefully that makes sense. And a couple of the things we've already put in the resources are linked to that, aren't they? So the about how, you know, things you can do, some little tips for things you can do on a daily basis to enhance your positivity and enhance your brain working for you, but also some key points to remember about the brain. And again, once we've done that workshop, they will make a whole lot more sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, because obviously when me and you started this with the Clifton practice way back when, it was very standardized, wasn't it? Whereas I think now, I'm not sure about you, but I believe a lot of it comes from that. But it's very, very different than that. So we might even learn more about what each other do in our sessions, because obviously I've never been to one of your sessions, and you've never been to one of my sessions. So it, you know, but I think that's why we work, because we're very, very similar, aren't we? Our mindset's very similar. I don't think you're quite as ditzy as me, but
I don't know, I have my moments.
When it comes to technology, maybe.
Yes. Clueless.
Anybody watching this, but me and Anne, technology is definitely not our forte. We are therapists, and we own our own businesses, and sometimes it's a very, very difficult world being a therapist and owning a business, because it's 2 completely separate, different things. So I'm sure as the months progress and you get to know me and Anne, that'll help with this membership club, because you're taking a piece of me and Anne as well, and our positivity.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, I can't wait. It's it's
I
good
know.
to finally be here. We've been talking about it for a while, haven't we? And
Oh,
it's
a long
good
time, yeah.
to actually get started. And as we've said, it'll build and expand and grow as we go along, and there'll be more and more resources, and very soon, hopefully, more and more people join in. So
Yeah.
it's a lot to look
Well,
forward
I've
to.
had a few messages and around payday and things like that.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're going up or how much we're going up to yet, but it will be going up, and we don't know how much to yet.
Yeah.
It depends on the work involved, doesn't it?
It does, and I guess now is the time to join, isn't it? If you're going to join, you might as well get in while it's at a lower price, and it will grow and expand with you as
Yeah.
you're in the group, and you get to access things as they're put into the group, and then you've got, you know, access to all the other resources that are already in there as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Fabulous.
Yes, I think we've covered everything, haven't we?
I think we have, yeah. I think it was,
Yeah.
we just wanted to do that little intro and then talk about what we're going to be doing. And obviously, if anyone's got any comments or they want to suggest anything, please feel free, either, you know, do a post or comment under the video, whatever's easier.
And I say this to my clients, so I might as well say it to you and whoever's watching this video. There is no daft questions, honestly.
Definitely not.
Unless we ask, we don't find out. And
No.
sometimes you might think it's a daft question, but actually it's quite an insightful question. Or it might be just, you know, meaning me or Anne to explain it differently to you.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's no daft questions, and I promise you, the more you get to know me, and well, definitely me, maybe not Anne, but both of us, I am Dixie, yeah, but I know my stuff. I know how to help your mindset. So you know, get on board, get asking those questions, because the more you make sense.
If you've got a question, I was going to say, bet your life, if you've got a question, someone else is probably thinking the same question as well.
Definitely.
Just don't want to ask it.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, it's a community where we're all going to hopefully get involved. But if you can shout out a question, that's great. You know, like I say, there's no daft questions as you get to know me.
Yeah.
I know my stuff, but I am ditzy and I am daft. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Yeah, all good in the hood. Yeah.
Yes. I think we've covered everything, haven't we? So I'm gonna stop the recording. She says. Back to technology. So yes, I will stop the recording now.